Scrum Accountability and Scrum Master Basics. My list of Scrum Master Basics expectations has to do with, by far, what most organizations would agree are the minimal expectations of the Scrum Master. I'm not going to go into all the details about the variety of ways that a Scrum Master can facilitate different activities. I'm not going to go into all the ways that the Scrum Master is thinking about the work that might be a little different from the other team members. I want to get into, again, the basic expectations, starting with what I think is the most significant and yet the most overlooked expectation of the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master upholds the Scrum values and practices. The Scrum Masters are the people on the ground where the action is taking place. They're in the best position to see what's really going on, to see if we really are doing what we said we would do, and that we're behaving in a way that aligns with Scrum and also Agile and also organizational values. The Scrum Master is there to make sure the team has what they need to be successful. Of course, related to this, you've all heard about how the Scrum Master removes obstacles, they knock down impediments, and certainly that's one of the ways that a Scrum Master helps the team be successful. But I would add to that, they also actively look for ways to increase productivity. They might be bringing new ideas to the team and maybe even new technologies to the team to try. Another area, they establish and oversee the few key Scrum events. That would be sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. And we know that the daily scrum is for the developers, but I still expect my Scrum Master to ensure that these events, including the daily scrum, are on the public calendar, organizationally public, that is. The proper people are invited, and for sprint planning, sprint review, and sprint retrospective, they're also ensuring that there's some good facilitation taking place during those events. Next, I would say our Scrum Masters are expected to protect the developers, to protect the developers primarily from interruptions. Many different ways team members get interrupted. Sometimes the product owner is interrupting our developers. So the Scrum Master is working on ways to either deflect those interruptions or direct those interruptions into the proper channels. One of the best ways I've seen that is to have all interruptions funnel to the product owner. So the product owner can understand the totality of work that's coming at the team and help address the different ways the organization operates and how they communicate these matters, and if there's a better way to address those interruptions. And finally, from my list of basics, I would say the Scrum Master assists with record keeping. They make sure that progress is visual, backlogs are visual and accessible. They don't necessarily own those artifacts. However, they do ensure that everyone who has the need to know has access to that information. We have a lot more to say about the Scrum Master, of course. You could take a whole class just talking about the Scrum Master, but this is a good starting point for us. So please watch for other videos regarding other aspects of our Scrum Masters. Thanks.